I want to show everybody one of the bowl games from yesterday. This was the Reliaquest Bowl. This was Alabama-Michigan. Remember, this was a national semifinal a year ago. First quarter, Dominique, Jalen Milroe back to throw, picked.
Oh, you remember beginning of the season we were all talking about how Milroe was going to be the best quarterback of the draft? That has changed.
Yeah, in fact, after yesterday, he may have to go back to school for another year. I think that's the feeling. That one was his second turnover. It led to this touchdown for Michigan, a 13-0 lead. This was the very next Alabama offensive play. Milroe strip sack, 3 turnovers in the first quarter for the Alabama quarterback. Fast forward all the way now to 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. Michigan has a 19-13 lead. This is a 4th down and 10. One last chance for Bama. Milroe, they were right there to make it happen, but he doesn't have anybody to throw to. And in the end, that's all she wrote. 10 win seasons. Alabama had 16 of them in a row. That streak comes to an end yesterday. It is the longest streak in history. Michigan winds up the winner, 19-13. So Greg McElroy, again, you are an alum. I'm going to save the best for last with Paul here. What is your reaction to Alabama and the way their season ended yesterday?
I feel like we should do like angel and devil right here. Like Paul, he'll take the heel side, and I'll be the baby face, I suppose. But I look at it. I think that this performance kind of summed up their season. It just way too many mistakes, way too many inconsistencies, and it's really headlined by the quarterback play. I mean, Jalen Milroe, this team became extremely quarterback dependent. As the season went along, if he played well, they were unstoppable. LSU, Georgia, many other performances where he played really well. If he didn't play well, this team became as human as we've seen wearing crimson and white in nearly 2 decades. They just had inconsistencies on both sides of the ball. The offensive line got destroyed at times yesterday in the performance against Michigan, which is not too disconcerting because that's Michigan's strength, even though they're without some of their best players. But yeah, Jalen Milroe's inconsistency, along with everyone else's inconsistency, just way too much to overcome against quality competition at times this year.
Paul, year one, Kalen, DeBoer in the post-Saban era. What do we say now that it's done?
It was a mess. And the Alabama fans with whom I've been in contact with since yesterday are hopping mad. A lot of the good that he did early in the season went out the window. And, people will talk about, is he in trouble? He's not in trouble for his job, Greeny, but let me make it clear. The goodwill is gone for him. He enters a very critical season next year because I firmly believe he's on a scorching hot seat. Doesn't mean he'll get fired, but he's going to undergo a great deal of pressure next year.
He has now lost as many games, as you see on your screen, as a 2-touchdown favorite in his one season as Nick Saban did in his entire tenure at Alabama. Greg, outstanding. Thank you. Ash, what was that? I'm sorry. Paul has a surprise, am I being told? What is that, Paul?
Well, Greeny, I led the Alabama parade to get them into the playoffs. You know that. I stood on every building, especially on this show. And on the first day of the new year, I'm surrendering. I am waving the white flag.
Oh!
Forget Alabama. I'm done. Count me out.
Oh, Paul with one of those hotel towels. Very good. Paul, that is well played. I like it. We all like to see the concession speech being made from Sir Paul. All right, guys, stay where you are. College football playoff continues today on ESPN. Texas, Arizona State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, then Ohio State, Oregon in the Rose Bowl, and then our Notre Dame and Georgia All-State Sugar Bowl. All the action coming today on ESPN.